Ooh. Ooh, does that look terrible? Baby.
What's the difference here?
Yes, this is real. These rings are being given away for free. 100% free. No cost, no fees, and free delivery. Tap now. Answer 2 quick questions and get yours delivered straight to your home. Yes, this is real. These rings are being given away for free. 100% free. No cost, no fees, and free delivery. Tap now.
Story mode
Answer 2
provides
quick
easier.
questions
No, I don't want
and get yours
easier.
delivered straight
Definitely
to
don't
your
want
home.
easier. So we'll go standard. Don't want easier. Oh boy, look at them.
Samurai.
He's not a very good
Yes,
spot.
this
I've never tried to stream with my headphones on before. I wonder if it's going to pick up the volume through there.
I mean, hello, 50 years.
Wow.
And did you turn 60?
Oh,
I'm 60 this year. You're
Oh.
60 this year.
Wow, does she look good? Holy shit.
I just got, you know, I do feel like when you read about a woman, at least in our business, the age always precedes them. I was sitting with Chris and Mark, and I was complaining about how come my age always has to be talked about, and your age is not. Like, I don't even know how old you dudes are, but you all know how old I am.
Okay, I've never tried to
And so
stream
I
with
miss
my
that.
headphones on
I don't.
before.
Well, we know.
Hopefully.
I know, but it's funny because they define
Looks like
that
it's working.
right? But I don't have a problem with my age. I just wish their age had to precede their name also. You know what I
I
mean?
can hear it, of course. I just don't know if the
It's
stream
fine
can hear
because
it.
we should not be ashamed of our age. I'm not at all ashamed to be 60. I just don't like the sexism of it all.
Well, she
Like,
looks
that's
so
what
good
I'm
for
loud and
60.
proud about
It's
it,
crazy.
and I totally understand what you're talking about. I know exactly what discrepancy you're speaking of. I try not to focus on it, but you're telling the truth, and you're absolutely right about that. And that is some BS. And I believe this is an ode.
You need to watch this.
I've been married for more than 15 years.
Congratulations.
I have been in a side relationship that my husband recently found out about. How can I convince my husband to let me keep the side?
Well, first of all, he shouldn't. You need to change that convince word to manipulate.
Ooh.
We're not gonna play those games right now. You took a vow. You took vows.
Look at him smoking
You stood
opium.
before God or whatever it is you believe in.
Smoking peace
Snap a
pipe.
photo, list your item. Easy.
Schwan.
Smell
You're here. I could smell
like
your
dog.
cooking. What?
I said, I swear I
This tiny
smell
kitten
wet
was
dog.
suddenly attacked by
Smell
two
wet
black
dog.
dogs. Its cries reached the other side of the street, and its mother came running. The dogs were bigger, stronger, and there were two of them.
Snacking
But
on
she never
grilled
slowed
fish
down.
again.
She threw herself
Looks like
between
it's
them
already
and her
done.
baby, hissing, swiping, and forcing them back until they finally gave up and left. Then she rushed to the kitten. It was lying still on the ground. At first, its little paws twitched weakly. The mother lowered her face, nudged it with her nose, and waited for it to stand. It never did. She began licking her baby again and again, as if she could clean away the fear and make everything normal. She paused, watched for a movement, then licked its fur once more. But the kitten only grew quieter. She had chased off the danger, yet she could not undo what had already happened. She stayed beside her child, touching it gently, refusing to leave even when there was nothing left to fight. Maybe she wished she had heard the cry
I
sooner.
can't
Maybe
move
she
with
wished she had been there one moment earlier. In the end, all she could do was stay close and give her baby the last comfort she had left. This tiny
What's up with that? That's
Looks like a baby wolf, maybe? Fox? I think it's a fox.
crooked words etched into the ground. I found the exit, but there's no way to go back. So it seems like the last words of the deceased before they passed. I don't know. I'm not sure what he is. I guess cat.
The mama said I could get a cat, so I found
I'm talking about
and then
this.
Jasper.
Oh.
My kitty now.
No, it's a
He's a
coyote.
good kid.
Oh my gosh, how can I get much?
Mhm.
I will bottle feed you for
Yeah, that's a coyote.
Schwan, story school. Okay, Sean.
So this woman tracks down her biological mother and receives the shock of a lifetime once she figures out who her biological mother is. And this story has one of the wildest twists that I've ever heard. Lisa Wright was given up for adoption at birth. Her biological mother was 18 years old, and she didn't think that she could take care of a child. Lisa's adoptive family was very loving. She had an amazing childhood and an amazing upbringing, and her adoptive records were sealed, so no one knew who her biological mother was or any of her relatives. When Lisa got older, she had a child of her own, and her son told her that she should take a DNA test and try to find her biological mother. So she takes the test, she gets connected with her uncle, she gives the uncle a call, the uncle welcomes her with open arms, they have an amazing conversation. And the uncle tells Lisa, your mother is living in Los Angeles. Lisa was also living in Los Angeles at the time. So the uncle gives Lisa the number, she reaches out to her biological mother, there's laughter, there's tears, and they have an amazing conversation. They plan to meet up. So they meet up one day, they hug, they embrace, everything seems completely normal. But once they got deeper into conversation, that's when things got interesting. Lisa was telling her biological mother about her upbringing, and she was telling her that her favorite show growing up was this show called That's My Mama. And her favorite character on that show was a Tracy Taylor. Tracy Taylor's real name was Lynn Moody. Lisa's biological mother's name, Lynn Moody. So Lisa's biological mother moved to Los Angeles to pursue acting shortly after she gave Lisa up for adoption, and Lisa grew up watching her biological mother on television.
whatever road.
She stood in the corner, not moving, not trusting. 3 weeks ago, Sophie arrived as one of the most shut-down residents we had ever taken in. She had been used for 20 years and then simply discarded, like she had no more value left to give. Her teeth were overgrown, her coat was rough, and she was mostly blind. Nobody had ever taken care of her, not really. And then we found out she was pregnant. My heart just sank a little. So many things could go wrong. But something about her quiet stubbornness told me she was going to fight through this. With cooperative care, proper vetting, a nutrition plan, and a whole lot of love and patience, Sophie started changing. She has gained 12 pounds already, and so much confidence. Now she comes over and gives me the sweetest little boops on my hand. When she hears my voice, she walks toward me. For a horse who wants...
My wife wanted to turn an abandoned double-decker bus into a home. $28,000, 6 months of work, and a project everyone said was crazy. At first, I thought she was crazy too. The bus was a complete wreck. Rust everywhere, broken panels, rows of old seats still inside. But once we started tearing everything out, it slowly began to change. We stripped the entire bus down to the frame, and that's when we finally saw the potential. My wife designed most of the layout. I just helped bring it to life. First, the lower level. We built a huge tatami platform, part tea room, part guest bed,
What's up?
with hidden storage underneath.
You coming up?
Then we added a staircase leading to the second floor.
You know what scares me about that? Like I said, some of those things are very tricky. And that's the amount you wished for is the same amount as my life insurance policy. So what if that's how you get your money?
No, it was. I had to
The
write
inside
exactly
still
how
felt
I
cramped
got it
until
too.
we removed the old windows and opened them up wider. Suddenly, the whole bus felt twice as big. We sold some of the scrap metal and reused whatever we could.
To jump in the water. Try it though.
After 6 months of rebuilding together,
And you asked in the lottery.
Yeah. Okay, this is what I looked up. And it says, money spells are magical practices focused on manifesting financial abundance and removing economic blocks. Practitioners often combine visualization and intention with specific physical items, such as a green candle, crystals, and prosperity herbs, to help shift their mindset and attract new opportunities. These accessible, beginning-friendly rituals and spells are commonly practiced for wealth manifestation. And number one was the bay leaf intention.
Okay.
Burning or carrying a bay leaf is a widely used practice intended to help manifest specific financial goals. How it works: write your specific financial goal or monetary amount clearly on a bay leaf. The ritual: safely burn the bay leaf over a fire-safe dish while intensely visualizing the money manifesting in your life. That's what I did.
Okay.
Doesn't say anything about the devil or anything bad. I wouldn't do anything like that. And I guarantee it's going to work. Because it's mind control. I'm going to manifest it for us. And I'm not even asking for a lot. I could have asked for 3.2 million.
Yeah.
Well, if it works, then I will. I just figured 200,000 would be enough to buy a house and a car, which are really the only two things we're missing. Right? Yeah. Everything else I can live with.
With sunrises, grace comes, what did it say? Sunset side? Well, it went away.
Sure did.
building together.
Sean's been buzzing
Now let-
with energy as of late.
This
Sounds
is
cool.
evil
I hope
story.
I'm alright.
This is
I don't know how
NCP
long
and
he
it's a
was
grocery
told, but
shopping
his
app that
parents
lets you earn
left.
gift cards and other shopping rewards just
So
by
his parents left, but then he found this guy after he jumped off a cliff. That guy who hangs around as a bit of an
Excuse me,
alcoholic.
miss, can I
Hey,
interest you
no,
in
that's
this?
me.
I don't know why it looks, but he had it out and it was like
A routine stop at a car wash and
Yeah,
gas
the one
station
that's
leaves
walking
a woman
around with those
shaken
weird-looking
after a
masks
stranger's
on.
question leads to an unsettling encounter.
it wasn't just that he like flashed me. It was in like a clear plastic tube.
Recently, it has been happening, or there has been something coming up in me.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Okay.
Do you want a popsicle or anything? Cookie?
Popsicle, sure.
Oh, I'm going to put this fan on you because
Sweat hides and reverend called the souls to land outside the 99 heavens. A paradise where everyone could prosper. Peaches red souls will select several of us for a great privilege. Promise to their lives among the divine souls. So chosen one bed. Okay. Meet my request. What's your request? Oh, this guy's fat. Shannon. The hell you looking at? Looking at you, fat ass. I don't want any part in this dumb festival. Well, guess what? Neither did I. So you think you are, you pint-sized punk? Show everyone what's really. So I never mind, you wouldn't get it. Making my mind character bio updated. Ugh. Oh, she was, huh? Where's she now? With the gods. Is he holding a snake? Pity no one ever comes back to tell us about it. Sean. Rice is stored in the bin. The fruit on the table should be eaten before it dries out. Stop worrying. Probably won't be able to sell large and some limit the souls. I don't have anyone to bicker with. She's scared. Oh, I have to be chosen as a blessing. This one day. I'd have to part ways with you, He. Nothing is predetermined. You make your own destiny. Don't get caught up in superstition. Parting isn't necessarily a bad thing. We made the forbidden cave the first time when my mom and dad left. That's where I met you. Thank you. So it says this world is their gods are the 9 souls, and that every year a couple of people are chosen to go live with the 9 souls, but nobody ever comes back. And this year he was chosen. Sean.
Reaching the river ends.
The following is based on official police records released to date, and some of the footage has never been seen before until now. In August 2025, a woman calls 911 to report an incident that occurred just minutes prior at the Cobblestone Auto Spa in Tempe. Officers soon head over to her apartment to take her statement.
What happened? So I just went to the car wash and I was at the vacuum stall. I was just wiping my car down with the towel, and he had already been parked for just a second. He was wiping his car down, I think, a minute ago. But then he had got back in his car, and I remember thinking for a second like that was really fast because he just barely parked and I wasn't finished. And so he was sitting in his car. As I was on my passenger side, he had rolled down his window and he goes, "Excuse me, miss, can I interest you in this?" I don't know why it was, but he had outfits and like a two, like a long person. And I just gasped, and then I got back in my car, and I don't know why I didn't yell for somebody else around and say something. But I was in shock, and I left, and I called.
Okay. I'm sorry if that happened. Do you or have you think about it, but can you describe what it looked like?
I don't know how long, I guess he had it in there, but it was definitely.
In an interview with a detective a few weeks later, the victim would share a more detailed account of what she claims to have witnessed on the day of her report.
It wasn't just that he flashed me. It was also it was in a clear plastic tube, which I'm assuming is because it had a tube coming from the end of it, and then a pump ball thing that he had in his hand, when they do your blood pressure. So it was in that. It wasn't just that, but he had that, I guess, in his car ready to go.
Okay. And was he
It wouldn't be too hard to just leave a trail of bloodshed while he's after these fuckers.
No, I think he might have shaken it a little bit, from the base. When I looked in, he moved it a little, but it didn't seem like he was I don't know, off or anything.
Okay. And you said that the ball that led to the pump was in
his right hand.
His right hand. Do you know what his left hand was doing?
His left hand was at the base of his.
Okay.
So he was holding it.
Okay.
Why did you have to beep out penis?
With zero selling fees.
Okay, that makes sense.
Police obtained security footage from the Cobblestone car wash. In it, the suspect is seen pulling into the empty vacuum bay to the victim's right while she's wiping her car down. He exits and re-enters his vehicle multiple times before finally sitting in the driver's seat. The victim appears to move toward the suspect's window before backing away abruptly. She then seemingly leaves in a hurry, stopping for a few seconds to take a picture of the suspect's license plate. The suspect then exits his vehicle and appears to readjust his shorts before driving away. The victim describes the suspect as a white male of medium build, approximately 35 years old, with shoulder-length ginger hair. While she isn't sure about other details regarding his appearance, she is able to recall some key details about his car.
And what specifically do you remember about the vehicle?
It was a silver Honda Civic, and I remember seeing the stickers on it. He had a sticker on the back that says Chief Stalker, and then he had one on the driver's side and two on the back that say Fight Ready, which is a gym.
The detective is soon able to locate the car's registered owner and works on putting together a clearer picture of the suspect through a photo lineup. According to police reports, the victim didn't appear to recognize any of the men in the photos. The detective soon learns why after the vehicle's owner returns his call.
I understand that this might be a bit of a weird phone call, but I have a report that came across my desk that involves your Honda Civic.
Oh, okay. That
Cool.
belonging to my older brother. What's going on, though? I could probably relay a message.
I'm not allowed to give too much information about it over the phone, but basically there was an incident involving the vehicle. We're just trying to find out who was driving it at the time, just so we can contact them. Questions. Nobody's in any trouble or anything like that. What's your brother's name?
It would be Joshua Curtis.
And do you have a good phone for Joshua?
See, this is it gets kind of weird too. I actually don't. We've actually been trying to locate him for years now as well. These are my half brothers. I'm the abusive other side of the family, so he's kind of been struggling with trauma from that for years and years. But yeah, up until COVID, he was living with us in Illinois, and then he just kind of up and left one day and went to Arizona. Didn't even tell us. He just sent me a picture of welcome to Arizona on the road, and been there somewhat have much entitled to him. I figured, you know, if something might happen eventually, I don't want to be responsible. So I could probably give him this number if it works. Just let him know that you guys need a statement or something.
Yeah, you can if you want. It shouldn't be a problem. Following his conversation with the original owner of the car, the detective has the victim come back in for a second photo lineup, this time including a photo of 34-year-old Joshua Curtis. Please, we're starting to meet up. Let's see where
The graphics to this.
Number 386 look kind of similar. 586, not think. His face wasn't that slim.
According to police reports, the victim identifies Joshua as the man from the car wash in the second photo lineup. In the meantime, Joshua contacts the detective after his brother informed him they were looking for him.
I'm not allowed to give a lot of information about over the phone because of the nature of the investigation, but there was something that happened here in Tempe, and based off of some video canvassing we did, we believe that you may have witnessed what happened. Could be willing to just let us know if you saw it or anything like that.
I mean, yeah, I'm totally willing. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't like to disrupt my schedule. I don't remember witnessing anything. What was the time? What's the circumstances? Are we having to offer with any
Holes a little bit
A
there.
few weeks ago, like I said, I'm not, because of the nature of the investigation, I'm not allowed to get a lot over the phone, but once we talk in person,
Your body just falls over and it goes
Is it
down.
legal to like decline?
What's it doing?
Not beneficial to me in some sort of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, his head's gone.
You just consider a witness, and it's not like you can't like, force you
I think
to
it is
say anything
killing.
or anything like that.
While initially reluctant, Joshua eventually agrees to meet with detectives. They make their way over to Joshua's apartment
Do
to
it,
finally
Sean.
chat with him.
You're just gonna watch your friend get his head taken off.
Sit down, make yourself comfortable, whatever. However you can talk to you guys. You know, so how are you guys West End or? No problem. So,
Oh. This is why I'm fat.
He's gonna stop it from taking his friend. What's going on?
My baby.
This is really strange. He said that this thing takes them. Remember I said that whoever's chosen, they get taken up to the 9 souls. Well, the first 2 went in there, something came down, grabbed them by the head, and fucking smushed their heads and then dropped their limp body down, and then it went down.
Damn, that's pretty violent.
Sean went up there, the thing clamped around his head, and then my guy, the cat, jumped out and grabbed him out of there and put like a bomb on it and blew it up and took him out of there.
Huh.
I want to try to keep it a little bit just to get like the most like, neutral recollection of your memory and everything. Things. So this would have been on August 2nd, around like 8 in the morning, over by the area of Wednesday, Thursday. I believe that was a Saturday actually. Do you remember where you were at that time? The only reason that I traveled through Tempe is to get to Chandler to clean fridges and public storage. Okay. And any place I'm liable to stop in Tempe. But I don't have any business in Tempe. I don't know anyone in Tempe. I don't go to Tempe for any social reasons. And I don't involve myself in any nefarious activities.
U.S. healthcare system.
Oh, flashing your penis while it's in a pussy pump is nefarious to you?
What?
Nothing.
Joshua tells detectives that he only drives through the area to reach clients. While he has denied any knowledge of an incident in Tempe thus far, the detective's description of that morning is about to jog Joshua's memory.
We saw your car over at the Cobblestone. Cobblestone car wash. Do you remember the Cobblestone car wash?
Yeah, so sometimes I'll
Up to use your medicine pipe to heal. Oh, sweet. Oh, cool. I like that.
We saw somebody
He
else.
smokes opium to heal himself. That's cool.
Tom's here in the car and talked to you. Looks like while you were at the car wash. Pulled into a stall. You guys were next to like a vacuum area.
So sweet.
So it looks like probably got a couple car washes. The one who involved people who talks to you over your car a little bit. Doesn't ring a bell. So, and we were able to identify the person, talk to them, and what they told us was that they had seen you in the car with a pump on.
Oh, got you. I got you. Now it's more clear. That would be the reason that sometimes I would pull in, was just to sit there and look at people and
Joshua, now far more forthcoming with information regarding his proclivities, recounts the incident and shares what he believes triggered this behavior.
Tell me about everything that happened.
I pulled in to the parking spot and there was cars on both sides of me, and I rolled down the window and I said, "Hey, would you have any interest in this?" And she leaned in, and then left.
And what did that person see when she leaned in? Okay. And then after they left,
I left.
Okay. You said that that's kind of a common thing for you to do, like specifically with the pump, or just looking at people, or
Recently, it has been happening more. There has been something coming up with me, but in no way, shape, or form has anything else other than that happened.
Okay. How long have these feelings been going on?
A couple months.
He's just being honest.
Is there anything that has triggered it or something like that? Like anything in your past? Or
There had been
Oh,
gas
shit.
station bills that I found.
Okay.
And I started trying them, and they drive you to certain behaviors and certain tendencies. And it's something that I'm analyzing and going over in myself. Trust me, I knew that this was in some way, shape, or form connected to that.
I figured you knew. That's what I kind of got things. So I apologize for a little misdirection, but
You don't have to
yeah,
apologize.
I appreciate you being honest with us now.
So what now? What do you do?
Well, so also just a few questions to talk about if you don't mind. So your girlfriend, so she, I'm still a little confused. Does she live here or not live here? She does live here. Okay. And you said that there was a significant age gap.
Okay.
How old is she? Okay.
We wouldn't even be in a relationship if she didn't need help.
Okay. Well, she's about like 15 or something like that.
She's 20.
She's 20. Okay. That's the reason I asked, because
Be a part of it.
yeah, I'm just as a SVU and detective, those are things that I have to ask just to make sure. Okay.
I'm trapped in a situation that I don't want to be in, and I'm ready to go back out into the world, and I'm kind of undeveloped in that area, and maybe the ways that I try to go about it, I'm in the beginning of a learning process, I think is the most accurate way that I would describe it.
What exactly were you doing with that morning?
Well, some words about you. Taking the air out of it, and then it creates blood flow to it, creating hardness of bigness.
Where is the pump now? And that black bag right there. Okay. We'll grab it here in a little bit. Do you have any other pumps anywhere? Okay.
It's okay for the Contos.
What are those doing to these people?
I can grab it for you. Give me this one then, okay? So, you want me to place under arrest, okay? For indecent.
You have gloves, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay. It's in the backpack over here.
Alright.
Oh, that one? So not that bag.
Right.
Okay, it's in that one. Okay. Do you have any of those pills still? Okay.
I wanted anything.
Okay. All right. Do you know like what brand they are or anything like that? What's that?
Rhino.
Rhino is what they're called? Okay. How many do you normally take? One. That's it. Okay. Cool.
The detectives drive Joshua and his pup to the Tempe City Jail. Almost feels illegal to know after a
Oh
car
my god,
accident.
look at there's headless bodies floating. What are these guys doing to these poor things? These poor people.
Easier way, you could get a way bigger check without suing. Jail.
Obviously, whatever they're doing, it's not what they think it is.
Don't reach in there with your bare hands.
Before taking him in, they ask him one last thing.
All right, Josh. So before we go in there, real quick, again, I just want to really thank you for being cooperative, open, honest, everything. That says a lot about
Oh,
you.
I died.
That
Shit.
you're actually
Jumped right into it,
that's
damn it.
pretty tough. With that in mind, the girl was pretty shooken up about all of this. It sounds like you're taking responsibility, pretty apologetic guy. Is there anything that you would want to say to her or anything like that?
It won't happen to another.
Okay. Anything else you want to say to her?
It wasn't right to invade her experience that way or anyone else's experience that way, and that's what I'm in the process of learning. And it won't happen.
Would you be willing to write that down so we can give that to her? Okay.
Joshua takes the detective up on his suggestion and pins a letter to the victim, opening with the statement, "I write this message to you from the shame of a jail cell." He tells her there have been others before you, expressing remorse and even gratitude for the victim's choice to take action. According to court documents, Joshua Curtis was charged with indecent exposure and public indecency. He pled guilty to both counts. Joshua was given a 30-day suspended jail sentence and placed on probation until February 2027. He was also prohibited from initiating contact with the victim.
You better hope he doesn't ever rape a girl.
Car wash.
He obviously has devious intentions.
No randomly muted word.
Why isn't he attaching?
Yes.
Hello everyone, so welcome back again to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to dye my hair again and I'm going back to ash blonde gray.
Okay, so she's obviously starting off with very, very dark roots. Like she has leather or dark brown roots, and that is obviously going to be very hard to lighten. So she's mixing up like 4 scoops of bleach powder all at once, which is not a good idea because you don't want to do that. You don't want to mix up a whole ton of bleach powder and then start applying it and use that same bleach powder for like 3 hours.
Oh, why is she doing the ends first? Oh my god.
Wait a 1 second for me, because what the fuck happened? Did we just start applying that color to the roots of the ponytails, or did we take the hair down? I missed a few chapters here. This video is very short, by the way. It's 5 minutes long, so we're gonna get into a lot of shit real quick, I'm sure. But so far, I am very confused. We should section the hair out, do the roots first, get them nice and light and bright, and then start pulling it through to the ends.
Thank you. At least you know what you're talking about.
First, and then your roots last. Well, that's just when you have a virgin color application. Okay, that's when your whole head is dark and natural. Not in this case.
Okay, so this
Oh, that is very bad.
Really scary. Holy, are you guys seeing this? This
Oh my
is
God.
bright orange on her roots, and then she has the blonde on her ends. At least it's like sort of even from here to here. She's gonna lighten that section again for sure, while at the same time avoiding her mids and ends so they don't snap off and reapplying the bleach again.
What the fuck are they doing? Is she putting a toner in there?
and I'm gonna leave this on my hair for about 30 minutes and then rinse it off. Okay, so this is the result after running it.
See what I said? It will work in some capacity. It just will not give her the results she needs. She needs to use more bleach. She needs to lighten that hair again to get a good result. This is not going to cut it. Now, of course, this box color does have like 35 volume in it, I'm guessing, or maybe even 40 volume. I'm not really sure. It doesn't tell you in the box, so I just speculate what kind of developers in this box.
So I'll use that, and I will just leave this on my hair for around 25 minutes, and then wash it off. And I'm going to show you the result tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. So this is the result.
That's not
And
too
to be
bad.
honest with you, I don't really like it.
And so those are happens when you use box color as a toner.
Hello, everyone. So
This is the healthiest candy that we make.
How many times is that one?
Wow, that's a lot of sugar. Holy shit.
So called these gen experience falling in the battlefield. Guys given the chance to retrieve them after he's reborn. Oh, sweet. Oh. Damn it, I died again. Shit. Alright, fuckers. Not doing so good here. Maybe I should stick with what I know here. Stop screwing around. There we go. Now I'm getting the hang of it.
this showed up at my door 3 days after baby girl. You've been here for a couple days. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. You're pretending that I don't exist. Yeah. You're so sweet. Feel. Hang on, girl. You put her in that box. You can get her in there. You can keep it. I want you to in that box. Hey, good girl. I know you're moving. Hey. So scared. It's okay, Angel. It's okay. Nice, I promise. It's okay, sweet girl. Yeah. Yeah, slide the. I know. Okay. What was your name again, baby? Okay, Jamie, come over here. Say it, Jamie. Nice. It's nice. It's okay, pretty girl. See, it's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay. I'm trying to help you.
Oh, it's
It's okay. I got a towel in here. I got Palo in here. If you like pull this out, you know, a boxer should be scared.
Yeah, too scared probably. Yeah.
Oh, you fucker. Trying too hard, I think.
For her face.
It's okay. It's okay, pretty girl. It's okay, baby. We're helping you. It's okay, precious. It's okay, sweetheart. It's okay, baby. Here, it's okay.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Just hold the blanket up, yeah.
I hit the wrong button.
Hi, baby.
Pushing the wrong button. That's the problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Talking to
Look at you. Look at you, honey.
So cute.
Just like a girl. You aren't just a baby, you girl. Yeah, you a girl. You guys are babies.
Kate, she hasn't slept in 6 months. She's starving. You just made a mistake. In Alaska, a mother doesn't get a break. She gets storms, hunger, a world out to kill her cubs. She's every mom you've known, but 600 pounds and no patience. Threaten her babies, and she doesn't hesitate. She charges. Love in Alaska isn't soft. It's fury, fire, survival. These mothers are fierce because they must be.
Hey, brother. You need me to leave? No.
Oh,
I
come on.
don't need you to leave. How you doing? Can I get you something that will warm you up a little bit? Give me 1 second.
Okay, thank you. What is this?
This is a sweater.
You sure?
Put it on.
It's too much.
No, you don't have nothing. Hold on.
Get shoes too?
Shoes too. This is what we do at our church.
Is this a church?
Yes, it may not be the best. But let me see if you
Oh, you ain't gonna clean up on me, man. You don't even know me, man.
It's okay. God said, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. And guess what? You're my neighbor. I've been here. Homeless, sleeping on park benches. I've been here, sleeping on Nicolette and on blue chairs. I've been here. Alcohol, dope things, junkie. I've been here. God redeemed my life. So if Him saving my life, I want to help others save theirs. I mentor 36 men from 10 counties, homeless shelters. I speak the word and let them know. I love you, baby. We have meetings in the basement 4 times a week. We have prayer service, a street team night, discipleship, and on Sundays we have service.
Is this where you work?
Not work, it's a church.
What do you do for work?
Disabled.
How much do you get from disability?
11:21.
How old you right?
10-7.
What do you do?
Maybe. Got a little busy.
Why is this my phone?
Right here.
Oh, what is it?
Some kind of dash attack
Try
on
to
this
sell
there.
some shirts and stuff to make ends meet.
Are you sure?
Oh,
I'm really struggling, but God got me.
How often are you here?
6 days.
A week?
Yes. And there is a better way. We gotta let go of the negative and bring the positive in and stand on the pride. We know what's behind us. Keep moving forward. Whatever you feel that you need, housing, shelter, I can help you get out of that. We got resources to treat you this way.
Can I give you something? Can I give you?
it's pretty cool so far.
Give it to me.
Jesus.
Jesus.
I love you too. Glory to God. Glory to God.
Hey, bro.
Don't know what a chocolate is to find an accurate shade.
Can you teach me how to make that?
So, before you do it, put your board like this.
Okay.
And then put it over the cookie.
Okay.
And then this.
Okay.
And then this.
Am I doing it right so far?
Yep.
Okay.
And then you go up.
Get back here.
And then put this one.
How do I drop in?
Stop.
Stomp and what?
Okay.
Just stomp or do I do anything else?
Go that way and keep your knees bent.
Do I lean backwards, forwards? Do I lean
Forward.
Lean forward and stop. Okay, can you show me and then I'll try.
3, 2, 1.
There it is. Yeah, girl. Okay, should I try? Okay, so you're saying I'm right here. And I put my foot up. Where do I put my foot? Do I put my foot here?
So it looks like all these guys fucking come back, huh? After you do this, everybody comes back in.
And then I just stop. Oh, okay. So I put my feet on the bottom screws and I stop and what?
Lean forward.
Stop and lean forward. Okay.
Ready,
That's right.
set, go.
Nice. Can you teach me how to drop in?
So before you do it,
Okay.
That's it.
This is pretty neat so far. I like it.
Let's hear those cans too, or is it just me? Now we're gonna take our biscuits and peel them in half. That's why you make flaky layers.
Feel
It's
it. It's
easy to
only
peel
gonna
them.
get better.
And half goes into each side. Now tell me where you're watching from. We are in Las Vegas. I'm originally from Mississippi, which is why you hear me say y'all. And Kyle has been from Wisconsin. Next, take some Canadian bacon. I love Canadian bacon. It's the best. We're gonna add that to each one of these as well. One piece in each section.
Oh.
Now we take some cheddar cheese, cracker cuts. Add one piece to each one of these.
8 men surveillance footage. 8 men are capable of extra.
Perfect. Now I've got 6 eggs. Peppers to that. Whisk those up. We got them all whisked up, and now we're going to just pour a little bit into each one of our muffin holders. This is a silicone muffin pan. Y'all been asking me where to find my gadgets. There's a link in the comments. You can see everything that we're using here in our videos.
This is crazy.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work, I promise. That was a good extra egg. These are gonna go right on top. Just place them right on top. I know this looks crazy.
Yes, this is definitely crazy.
Kyle's already telling me, "You sure this is gonna work?" He's not so sure about this one. Y'all just gotta trust me and trust the process. Place that right on top. You're gonna use almost the whole can. You'll have a couple extra biscuits left over. There we go.
So for that 8-man
We've got our
child.
oven preheated.
So they're calling humans 8 men?
So
Question my judgment. Just do your job.
All right, and we've got our oven preset to 375 degrees. We're going to make that for about 30 minutes. All right, our biscuits are ready. I can't tell y'all how excited I am to try these. I know y'all were worried it might not work, but it did. We've got this in our silicone pan. These were done at about 30 minutes.
Harvester.
Because I used the silicone pan.
So
they
them
take
guys
a
are
little longer.
praying,
Whereas your regular muffin pan is probably 30 minutes.
thinking that they're
But the
getting
good thing about these
retrieved.
is they pump out so easily when you're using the silicone pan.
That is some great life when really they're just
And yes,
harvesting.
our biscuit is fully cooked.
Wow.
Our egg is cooked inside of that. We've got some ham and cheese. All right, I got one for Kyle right here. You know what? You can freeze these. These are great.
Hey, thanks for taking a minute to watch my video. My name's Matthew, and I clean rugs for a living. In this video, I'm going to be trying to salvage this rug. And the reason that I need to salvage this rug is because the center medallions that you see that are pink and the border that is pink, that's supposed to be cream. That's not how the rug came to me. This is something that happened while I was in my care. That means if I can't fix this, I have to buy the customer a new rug or give them money to replace it. Now, this is a high quality handmade rug from a very small village in Turkey. It probably is not replaceable. So then it begs the question, am I paying to replace it or am I paying for sentimental value? A lot of people get rugs when they're traveling in these countries and bring them back. It's not a go to Target and buy a rug kind of thing. This is a I traveled to another country, brought a rug back with me kind of thing. So you can imagine that people have a different kind of attachment to rugs like this or anything that they would buy overseas. Now, why has this been so problematic for me is because I cleaned this rug and then immediately all of the dye bled into the surrounding areas. Not a huge issue. Normally it's correctable, but that kept happening over and over and over again. I mean, you can see this rug looks great right now. So I'm going to roll it up. I'm going to put it in the spinner. I'm going to take it outside, and you can see there's still red dye literally everywhere. Yeah, sure, it looks better than it did on the wash floor 30 minutes ago, but it does not look like it should, and it definitely doesn't look like it did when it was in the owner's house. I did this back and forth several times where I would dye strip it, dry it, and then it would take again. You can see here how fantastic it looks while I'm doing the dye stripping. This is the best that it's looked since I started this. I am extremely hopeful that this is it. This is it. I did the trick. It's going to be good. So I roll it, put it in the drying machine, take it out, and boom, it's pink. Again, I am emotionally and mentally and physically exhausted. So I devised a new plan, and that was to do the dye stripping with the rug dry. This is extremely risky, but I'm out of options. And you can see it just comes right back. I eventually did get it all out, and it steamed out, and it dried great. But this was exhausting. This is definitely one of the most stressful rugs I've ever worked with, but I'm happy with the results. Thanks for watching.
That's what'd be wrong with that. Prosecution ended off the trial with a powerful closing statement saying this was personal. Jamie was leaving him after 18 years of torture and violence. The defendant killed Miss Bagley with evil in his.
I'm gonna tell you. No, it's okay. Look, that's your new one. It's just new. It's just different. It's new.
Michaela is the proud mom of Finley, who had to have his foot amputated after he was born with an extra big toe and won't be able to walk. But he's had an incredible journey learning to walk as he grows.
They took his whole foot just because he had an extra toe? What the hell is that about?
Here is Finley's amputation story. When he was 20 weeks in my belly, they had told us that he had a duplicate big toe,
Oh, I would have kept the foot. There's no way I would have let him cut my son's foot off.
Oh my god, it was a human? I thought
Yes.
it was like a
No,
pet.
it's a baby.
all of that.
No way. And they cut his whole foot off.
I noticed that he never took his knee. He never flexed his knee. What you see in this picture is his knee actually flexed out as much as it'll go. But when he was born, he never ever took his foot down. So no one had ever x-rayed Finley's leg before. And I just wasn't comfortable with the way that it was looking. And it looked a lot different than other kids that I had seen that had club feet. So we ended up going to 2 different orthopedists, and they told us the same thing. One of them tried to cast his leg. We found an awesome orthopedist up at Cincinnati Children's, and he was the first person to ever x-ray Finley's leg, where he found that Finley is missing half of his tibia bone, and that his double digits actually had a gigantic bone in the middle of them. They both worked as well, and then those 2 dimples that you see at his knee are actually there because he has a problem in his knee as well. So casting wouldn't fix this. He would need different surgeries to flip his foot around, to get rid of the toe, to
Oh my
lengthen
god,
his
he lost
leg.
his whole
And
bottom
at the
half of his
time, we
foot.
had that, which would have been numerous surgeries, or we could amputate his leg, and we thought very hard about it, but we decided to go with amputating because at this time, Finley was also very sick. You can see that he is drinking a special type of formula in this picture because he had heart surgery and things happened with his heart surgery, and he just had so many other active health conditions at the time that needed surgery, and I didn't want him to have to go through other surgeries with a leg, halo on, and just doing numerous surgeries when he had the ability to learn how to walk with a prosthetic and still have a good quality of life.
Some connections cross oceans. Some love stories begin.
If you didn't know, I'm a sophomore in high school. My school placed a very large order with me, so that's me. They ordered a large party package for a cheer banquet. A large party package is a total of 10 dozen chocolate-covered treats, so 2 dozen of each treat that you'll see me making, which is pretzels, Oreos, Rice Krispie treats, strawberries, and cake pop. First for the pretzels, I did a marble look, and obviously, as you can tell, the school colors are purple and yellow. I actually do still have my school sweatshirt on. Then dip my strawberries in my Rice Krispie treats. For the pretzels, I'm going over and adding some little gold detail to where like the colored lines come in, just to really up the elegance. I like doing that look. For the strawberries, I did a gold splatter and a drizzle over it, making sure to also cover the back of the strawberries to prevent leaking. Since the banquet was on Thursday, I'm doing the strawberries on Wednesday after school, so they're perfect and good to go for Thursday. After the designs on the Rice Krispie treats, I'm going to be doing this like pom pom look. I got inspiration on TikTok, so I just did some yellow lines and some purple lines over it, kind of in like that pom-pom form. Then added like this little cheer plaque, and I painted the cheer gold in it. I think that's a megaphone. Now for the cake pops, I'm going to be doing cake pop discs. I cut them out using Daisy Makes cake pop cutter, disc cutter, size large. And I use the hand massager to get that excess chocolate on. Now for the chocolate covered Oreos, I'm dipping them. And then for the cake pops, I did this one actually Thursday morning before school. They're picking up on Thursday after school, so I woke up super early to finish the cake pops and finish the Oreos. Sadly, I wasn't able to get any pictures or videos after this order was done because they picked up, but they sent me them. If you didn't know, I'm a sophomore in high school. My school placed a very large order with me, so that's me.
This
They
damn
ordered
glowing on my face. I thought it had it.
I thought you turned it up.
I did turn it to you. I don't know why. I'm still having it right on my face. There, that's better. I mean, I like being cool, but it makes my eyes water, and that I cannot stand.
Hold down, that's what I'm doing. Oh, I smell what's wrong. Okay. Ooh.
I'm in out. Somebody came up to me and they were like, "Oh, you're the chef. I saw you in the newspaper. You do the meals for $5." I said, "Yes, I am." They're like, "Oh, is there any way to make a shepherd's pie around that price, like $5?" That's a little tough, but let's give it a try. Shepherd's pie, $5. Andiamo. We have this breakfast sausage here, $2.39. Mashed potatoes, 99 cents. Let's do 4 cheese. Sliced carrots. We got sweet peas, 76 cents. Okay, let's check out for the shepherd's pie. We went 9 cents over. Not bad. I
A
know
little
it's
bit
higher
get
than
the
that.
hang of this.
Okay, Leanne, Poconos, Pennsylvania. We spent $5.09, which is not bad. I thought we were going to go over more for a shepherd's pie. I know how shepherd's pie is made, but we're going to use ground sausage. It will be good for the budget we had. I'm down.
Okay, no.
First thing we're going to do is cut these sausage links out of their casing. Remove the casing, get the sausage into a cold pan. Now go ahead and get your pan on medium. We're going to let the heat come up with the sausage in the pan. Break the sausage up well. If you're using seasonings, now's the time to hit it with salt and pepper, possibly a little red pepper flake. Now my sausage is completely cooked. With a slotted spoon, I'm going to take out the sausage, set it aside in a bowl. I want to leave as much as that rendered fat in the bowl as possible. Cut the sausage out of the pan. All this brown stuff, that's really good. That's fine. That's flavor. We're going to steal that. I don't know what happened to the volume. Strain out your carrots, put in 2 to 3 tablespoons of the water from the can to the side. Throw them in the pan, saute them for a minute. If you're using seasonings, now's the time to use salt and pepper. Let my carrots go for about a minute, really coating them in all that flavor. Now go ahead and add half the can of your peas. Take those 2 or 3 tablespoons of that carrot water you set aside, throw them in the pan, and that's what we're going to use to deglaze. If you have chicken stock or chicken broth, use that instead.
Oh, you bitch.
I went and put 2 cups of water on high heat and bringing it to a boil. Now all that liquid is reduced. You can see the bottom of the pan is clean. Let's go ahead and add our sausage back in. All right, we mix this really well and all these flavors got to know each other. If you're using seasonings, now's the time to taste and adjust. Don't have that, that's okay, but the flavor will still be there, I promise. My water came to a boil. I took it off the heat, and now I'm pouring the whole pack of the contents of the potatoes into my pot. Now I'm going to get a really good mix on it. The reason why I chose this brand is because it has powdered milk, it has powdered butter, which are the fats that we need for the flavor. I went and got my sausage, peas, and carrots into this pan here, and I let my mashed potatoes sit and stand. I'm in out.
Today we went to get Magnolia's haircut, and I knew there was going to be issues. Magnolia has not had a professional haircut in the last 2+ years. I have been shaving the sides of her head. For those of you that ask why do I do that, because she stems. I called ahead of time and asked who would be good with children on the spectrum, and they said all of our hairstylists. Adriana, you went above and beyond to do and let me just say thank you for being so patient. I couldn't tip you as much as I wanted to tip you because I felt like I had to match whatever I tipped Penelope's hairstylist, and Penelope was like a walk in the park. You want to do your hair like this every day? Maybe. No offense to her hairstylist. She did a great job, but she doesn't deserve all of the praise that you did because you dealt with Magnolia. You're okay, Mommy. You're okay. In her finest moments, I'm going to be sending a nice letter to Fantastic Sam's on your behalf. I wanted to tip you more, just so you know you're something special. All right. That's Maggie. Maggie. Maggie looks like a precious little girl. Look at that haircut. Maggie. Yeah. Today we were.
Oh, come on. Oh, shit. Jeez, I'm not doing so hard at this. I think I need to just start playing my type of fucking game here and stop screwing around. Oh. That's taking my health away and blocking it. Stop trying this stupid crimson things or whatever the fuck that.
There he goes.
Whoa, he made it! Yay!
In jail. There was a guy, when I saw him, I recognized him as a military guy. And I said, hey man, were you in the infantry? And he said, yeah, I was in the infantry for 10 years. And I said, what are you in here for? He said, when he got out of the military, he had severe post-traumatic stress. And he worked through his wife. He was going to the VA, doing all the right things. He was like in the 173rd, the 82nd, and then another infantry unit. Like real front line, 1 year plus deployments. 3 combat deployments back to back over a 10-year period. I said, so what happened? He's sleeping with his wife, and in the middle of the night, he has a night terror, a dream, a nightmare, and starts beating on his wife, but he's completely out of it. He's completely unconscious, and he's just flailing and hitting. He wakes up and realizes what he's doing, and he can't believe it. He picks her up, puts her in the car, and they go to the hospital, and he tells them everything. The wife acknowledges exactly what happened, says he was sleeping, he turned around and started elbowing me, then hitting me, and he admits they charged him with a crime, with felony assault. They put him in jail. At the point in which I talked to him, he had been in jail for 6 months, and he said the prosecutors wanted years. I said, what about this idea of this VA court? No VA court for him because it was so egregiously violent, they said. Jail.
Tap the screen right now.
In 2001, Robin Williams sat down across from a depressed gorilla. Within minutes, she was laughing, and so was he. Her name was Coco. She was born on the 4th of July, 1971, at the San Francisco Zoo. Her name was Hanamiko, Japanese for firehorse child, and she would go on to change everything we thought we knew about animals. When Coco was 1 year old, a researcher named Dr. Francine Patterson began teaching her sign language, a modified version she called gorilla sign language. By the time she was an adult, Coco knew over 1,000 signs. She understood approximately 2,000 words of spoken English. She appeared on the cover of National Geographic's in a photograph she had taken of herself in the mirror. It wasn't her vocabulary that changed what we believed about animals. It was what she said. For her birthday, Coco asked for a kitten. Her caretakers gave her a stuffed animal. She threw it aside. She wanted a real one. So they brought her a litter. She chose a tiny gray and white kitten. She named him All Ball. She carried him everywhere. She even tried to nurse him. She cradled him like a baby. When he bit her, as kittens do, she didn't hurt him. She signed the word for obnoxious. In 1984, All Ball was hit by a car. When Patterson asked Coco what had happened, Coco signed, "Cat, cry, I'm sorry, Coco love." A gorilla grieved her kitten in her own words, and the world had to reckon with that and what that meant. Back to 2001, Coco had been depressed for months, following the death of Michael, her gorilla companion and closest friend for 2 decades. She hadn't smiled in all that time. Then Robin Williams walked in. He tickled her, she tickled him back. She pulled off his glasses and tried them on. She rifled through his wallet. At the end of their visit, she pulled him in for a hug. Williams said afterwards,
I recently had a mind-altering experience communicating with a gorilla. Her name is Coco. We shared something extraordinary. Laughter.
When Robin Williams died in 2014, Patterson told Coco the Gorilla Foundation said Coco was quiet and very thoughtful for the rest of that day. Coco died peacefully in her sleep on June 19, 2018. She was 46 years old. She never had a baby of her own, something she signed about often, carrying a gorilla doll in her arms for years. But she taught us something, that grief and love and laughter are not uniquely human. We just use... If menopause...
40 weeks, 3 days, and having contractions. They're about every 10 minutes, 30 seconds long.
Tonight, I got really, really big towards the end. I went 40 weeks, 3 days, which is not surprising because with my first pregnancy, almost 42 weeks. I was miserable, but I didn't get as big as this pregnancy. Yeah, I posted that video and I was having contractions. I had a feeling I was going to go into labor that day. But I was still kind of like, no, I don't think it's happening. Because again, with the first pregnancy, it was so different. I didn't actually have contractions at all. I didn't know if that was it. So we ended up going to, well, I wanted to go to the Itasca Fest. So we were like, let's go meet up my mom, and, you know, we'll see where I'm at. So we did go. Everyone was telling me, crazy, you need to go to the hospital now. But by the time I got to the parking lot, contractions were getting really strong. So I was like, I need to go to the hospital now. And we went, and then if I wasn't 4 centimeters dilated, that they were going to send me back home. So I was really hoping I was. They were like, okay, do you want the epidural? I was like, absolutely. Got the epidural. I was in so much pain. It didn't work. It did, but like half. So I felt all the contractions on one side. So I started freaking out. I was like, I cannot, like, I'm just not ready for this. And then they were like, oh, just wait. If you have the next contraction and you still feel it, we'll give you more. So yeah, I felt it. They gave me more, but I almost like wanted more, because with the first pregnancy, I got it and I completely like did not feel anything. I couldn't even like really move my legs. But with this pregnancy, I was still able to like move my legs a little bit, and I didn't want to even be able to do that. When it was time, 10 centimeters, they were like, okay, it's time to push. And I was freaking out because I'm like, I know I'm gonna feel it. And yeah, I did feel a little bit compared to my first one. My first one was like, I didn't feel anything. This one, I do feel it. The reason why I got so big is I actually had a lot of fluid, and I have a 8 centimeter fibroid that probably like, you're supposed to look bigger with that fibroid. It's still there. Haven't removed it. Still debating if I'm going to or not. But after Hudson came out, yes, only one baby, 8 pounds, 9 ounces. No trip.
She's adorable. Get it out of my face so I can see. There we go. All right, this is your crushed almond blonde.
Everyone, take a look. When you pour rice into a pot of sizzling hot oil, what comes out is a classic snack loved by both kids and adults, full of childhood memories. First, heat the oil to about 70%. Pour in the rice and fry it until all the grains float to the surface. Remove and drain the oil. In another pot, add 1 bowl of sugar and 1 bowl of water. Turn the heat to high and melt the sugar completely. When big bubbles turn into small bubbles, reduce to low heat and continue simmering. As the saying goes, giving a R-like is kindness. Not giving one is normal. If you happen to see this video, please kindly give it a like. Thank you so much. Cook the syrup until it turns to this sesame oil-like color. Then add the fried rice, peanuts, raisins, chopped jujubes, and black and white sesame seeds. Add whatever you like. Stir quickly so every grain of rice gets coated in the syrup. Pour into a mold. Press it firmly with a spatula, and once cooled, cut it into small squares. A snack loved by both adults and kids is done. Sweet, crispy, and so good you can't stop at just one piece. Everyone?
Nope, take a look at this. It says right here that I was approved for 70. What do you feel like playing tonight if you were to play something for us?
If I was to play something for you, I'd be your accompanist. You do your thing.
But I'm not a singer.
Neither am I.
Yes.
These are nervous.
I am nervous because we just went through this during the commercial break, and Prince said that he would play a song if I were to sing, and I'm not a singer. And I don't know a lot of the words to the songs, so would you want to play something for us?
I'll play something for you.
Okay.
You thinking about what you want to say? How about Delirious? Go on. You don't know any blues?
Blues? I have a jazz. I didn't know you were going to do this. I didn't know you were going to do this. Okay. How about one of your oldies? Since you're telling everybody that you're not going to be playing your oldies anymore, how about Purple Rain?
I don't know that one.
You do. You lie.
Okay, you see.
How could I even try? I'm sitting here with friends. I'm gonna sit here.
She's tearing up. Oh,
That's not what the audience wants. You're killing me.
that's not
You are great friends. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm afraid because I don't have.
This is the incredibly true story of one courageous little guy named Henry. Henry was dumped by his former owners at a local auction because they were afraid of being prosecuted for his horrible, neglected condition. Henry's feet were severely overgrown. He'd also been kicked in the face by a larger horse, and he was bleeding from his nostrils, shown here by the flopping of his lips. Allie of Colby's Crew Horse Rescue intervened and immediately sent him to New Bolton Center, where they worked around the clock to save his life. For nearly 2 weeks, New Bolton released Henry back into the care of Allie and her incredible team. Antonio and Dr. Carley of Old Dominion Equine Associates teamed up with Allie to tackle Henry's overgrown feet. First, Dr. Carley does a thorough exam complete with radiographs so Antonio knows where he can safely trim the hooves. After that, it's time to get to work. Antonio studies Henry's hooves carefully. There is much skill-based knowledge as science in this work. He also wants Henry to feel safe and comfortable with him. After Henry visibly relaxes, Antonio starts to work his incredible magic. Using a rasp and a pair of nippers, Antonio trims away over a year's worth of neglect. And with one final twist, Henry is set free. Antonio trims the foot into a much more normal shape, and while he works, he whistles, and occasionally he says, "You're going to feel so much better, Henry, real soon." Allie also cuddles with Henry while Antonio works on the other hoof. Henry is relaxed enough. He knows they're trying to help him.
I saw this lady on the television in a commercial and fell in love instantly. And it was a commercial for coffee in Brazil and everything. And I just watched her and I thought, that's the woman for me. And I said to my mate, I said, we're going to Brazil in the morning, we're going to find her. And I went down to disco and we're sitting there, the three of us, and one of the guys came in and said, where are you three? No girls, what's going on? I said, well, no, I said, I saw a beautiful girl on the television. I said, and I'm going to Brazil in the morning to find her. He said, oh, I've been watching television all day, none of this one. I said, no, she wasn't in the show, she was in a commercial. He said, what's the commercial for? I said, Maxwell House Coffee. He said, we do that. I said, well, you know the Brazilian girl, isn't it? He said, Michael, she's not Brazilian. She's Indian. I said, oh, really? He said, yeah, she lives in the Fulham Road. The moral of that tale, be prepared for it to come out of nowhere.
My husband's working second shift tonight, so let's make a quick one-pan meal that I can make super fast and it'll be hot when he gets here. Most of the recipes out there I see people make with ground chicken or ground pork. All I have is ground beef, so that's what we're using. This is very lean ground beef that I got off a clearance rack, and it's 1 pound. Meat chopper 3000. Chop up all this meat. I wish the bone was on the top of my head. This is what happens at the end of the day. For that burger's done, we're going to add half of a diced onion. Once your meat is done, you want to drain the excess grease. Now, this burger's super lean, so I'm not going to have to drain the grease tonight. At this point, we're going to add the rest of our ingredients and the seasonings, going with a tablespoon of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. I love ground ginger, and you have to have ginger with this recipe. Go in with 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. I don't have rice vinegar, so I'm going to do red wine vinegar since I'm using burger, and we're going to go in with about a teaspoon of red wine vinegar. Whoop. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. This is what I think is going to give it the best flavor. 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. When you eat pork fried rice, that's why the pork is red. 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Stir everything up. And we're just going to do a dash of sugar. Let this cook for a few minutes and go with a whole cup of thinly sliced carrots. I don't know about you guys, but we've been having a serious ant problem at this house. It's the time of the year. It's so freaking annoying. Once that's been cooking for a minute or two, add a whole bag of tricolor cabbage. Whoa. I need a bigger pan. What is happening? It will cook down some. Don't worry. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Don't know what that is on my shirt. I'm making this up as I go. I think it needs more soy sauce, so we're going to go in with 2 more tablespoons of soy sauce and 1 more tablespoon of hoisin sauce. I will have the entire written recipe in my Substack. Top it with some sesame seeds and green onion. Can never have too many. Stir everything up. Take a look at that, guys. Beautiful. I'm going to wait for my husband to get home to eat my whole plate, but I'm going to do a little taste test with you guys. That is so good. I'm going to have to call my husband to see when he's on his way home because I'm ready to eat. My husband,
why would I take my dumb ass down to the salon and tell them to silk press my hair out so I could be on some New Year, New Me shit, knowing damn well I'm finna walk out looking like Clarissa shit. All this shit that fell out. My hair thinner than my patience. See, this is me back in 2023 when I was using my Kaleidoscope Miracle Drops and my Kaleidoscope multivitamins. I can't be that far off, huh? Wrong. Bitch, I look like a goddamn snitch. It look like I checked receipts at Walmart. Where the fuck is the rest of my hair? You see all them split and damaged ends? They gotta go. So anything that's see-through on that paper has to keep cut. Oh, you thought you were gonna have hair like Lauren London? No, you have a mullet. Now, I knew my shit had to be cut, but damn, I almost broke out in the house when she told me how much she was gonna chop off. And I started side iron short. Shit, you just want my shit to be short like yours, huh? I have to grow my hair back. So that means all 2026, I'm gonna be using all of my Kaleidoscope hair products. We're about to use the shampoo, the conditioner, and the leave-in. Then it don't make it no better. I'm talking to this nigga. He like, oh, is your hair long under all them wigs? Bitch, I could have just shriveled up into a corner. Fuck, you gonna ask me some shit like that if my hair just fell out. Bitch, I pulled up every picture and video I had. Yeah, this is how my hair used to look. I don't know what happened to it. I think I had an allergic reaction. Bitch, I'm just saying. Sharp brought me a Frappuccino, and I'm trying to see does it have sodium in it. Because motherfucker, my fingers sweat, bitch. I need to check my cholesterol. I can't take too much more of this shit. My sugar high, my hair falling out, and she finna hot comb the fuck out my shit. I'm finna start sweating. I'm finna be musty. Baby, I'm doing anything to make my hair look longer. I got my chin to the ceiling. I'm sitting straight up. I mean, everything. And I'm a real salon, baby. I know you have to cuff that ear anytime a hot comb gets near. See, you bitches can't relate. Y'all been wearing wigs since the 2nd grade. We used to have to get hot combed up like Easter morning. The closer she gets to the top, the more nervous I get, because I'm already knowing what time it is. She can cut the fuck out. I immediately stand up and start cursing. She immediately thought of this girl named Pebbles. I met her in the 3rd grade. By the time we was in the 12th, her hair was the same length it was in the 3rd grade. We thought she had like some type of mutation or some shit with her genes. Her shit did not grow. But when she cut, I'm like, hold on, little Pebbles. This shit kind of tea. Hold on. Why would I take my dumb ass to that?
Hello, can we take out a dog that's been here for a while, maybe a little sad, needs a little pick me up?
Yeah, I think we have a perfect one. So this is Mama Moo. Mama Moo came with us with her infant. She's been with us for some time, but her sweet little baby sat down there forever now. She's just looking for hers.
She's ready to go have a day. Taco time. Wanna try chicken taco? It's just the TV. It's just a buffalo. That's good, huh? That's good stuff. Is that the best meal ever? Let's go get the whole tree. Get one of these when you're adopted. Ready for this? Oh, you can't eat the whole thing. We've got this dog from the shelter. You mind if we take her on a little ride? What is that? Pick out any toy you want. Can I get you a lamb chop? Lamb cows? Gotta get a cow. He's trying this hat. Look at that. We're gonna find you a home, okay? Get you adopted.
Today I'm doing 20 squats at my self-care birthday radio still.
Get that face for your middle.
Do you mind if I ride with you in the elevator?
Yeah. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to hold this the whole time?
How are you feeling?
It's not too early. So I've had a coffee. I'm feeling awake-ish.
You can come and in the elevator.
Yeah, drop me in. That's what I dressed for. I dressed for elevator, right? Like, I gotta match the elevator, gotta match Drew. Hello. Check, 1, 2, 1. I'm gonna talk. They're like, they were good, so you can't find one of them that's off. Even if the music's off, I know those guys are really wrong.
Do you think Drew could be a professional dancer?
I think you could be a professional dancer just because of what you want. Thanks, guys. Bye, Drew.
If you please. This looks like just a pine tree, using pine needles. I'm gonna show you how to make something we used to make when we was kids, and we used to call it Sprite.
Oh, what do we got going on here?
I like water. How do I get some of the bugs out? So we're gonna go ahead and cut these off. Yeah. All we're gonna do now, I like to cut them up. I'm gonna cut them in half, y'all. Drop this half in here.
It's not gonna make Sprite with it.
I don't even know who showed me how to do it. But shake them, we're gonna get them down. Sugar. I like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit more. Okay. And next thing, all you do is water it.
Just a little water?
Always fill it to the top.
All right, bro, this is so cool to watch. I've never seen somebody make soda before. That's right.
All right, y'all. Now, I like to shake it up, get that sugar melted. You see the sugar is all on the bottom here? Get it all melted. And what happens when the sugar ferments? The sugar ferment with the pine straw. The pine straw will put off yeast and make it ferment. Really, once it does that, that's what makes it like carbonation. It makes it taste like Sprite. All right, y'all, we got them all made up. Now we got to do it. Hurry up and wait again. Seems like everything I do, I got to hurry up and wait. We're going to let this sit here for about 3-4 days. Hey, y'all, it's been about 4 or 5 days. We've been waiting.
Yeah.
That means it's ready. Okay. Now, we done got fancy now. I got a little strainer. But when we was kids, we didn't have no strainer. We just drank it straight from the jar. Okay, we're going to dump some in here. Show y'all. Y'all see all the fizz on the top? See that? Oh, it smells so good. All right, now catch a few of the needles.
Whoa.
All right.
That's crazy.
That's really right, isn't it? Y'all see that? That's crazy.
It's
Yeah, I got
crazy.
some tasty cups here. Boy, I'm fancy today, ain't I? Bring back childhood memories. What? Yo, this is good. This is really good. This looks like a...
This poor stray dog got her head completely stuck inside a heavy plastic container. Terrified and unable to free herself, she ran around in panic, not understanding that help was on the way. Thankfully, a group of kind strangers refused to ignore her suffering. They knew they had to act quickly. But rescuing her wasn't easy. The plastic was incredibly thick, and one wrong move could have seriously injured the frightened dog. So they worked carefully, doing everything they could to keep her safe. As the rescue continued, it almost seemed like the dog realized they weren't trying to hurt her. They were trying to save her life. When their first plan failed, they came up with another idea. Using a wooden board to protect her neck, they carefully broke apart the plastic piece by piece. Then finally, the container cracked open. And just like that, she was free. After everything she had been through, the dog could finally breathe normally again. Moments like this remind us that compassion still exists, and sometimes a few caring people can change an animal's life forever.
One of the more sad cases we've covered in a while, a 16-year-old girl named Grace Ryan was found unresponsive in a bathroom, and tragically, she was pronounced dead at the scene. According to court documents, preliminary autopsy findings showed that Grace had what medical professionals said was an abnormally fatty liver for someone her age. Her cause of death was ultimately determined to be aspiration pneumonia related to chronic alcohol use at just 16 years old. So when detectives started searching through the phones belonging to Grace and her mother, 55-year-old Gretchen Ryan, they say they found evidence that the two had been drinking alcohol and smoking marijuana together almost every single day, dating back to September 2025. The investigators made another shocking discovery because they found 173 empty bottles hidden underneath Grace's bed and inside her closet, including multiple bottles of vodka and other hard liquor. And what makes this case even more heartbreaking is that according to investigators, Grace told her mom over and over again that she was seriously sick and that something was wrong. And in the month leading up to her death, she said that she had been vomiting up blood, having difficulty eating, trouble walking, and at one point was even wearing an adult diaper. She had also told her mom repeatedly that she felt like she was afraid she might die. So after a 2-month-long investigation, authorities arrested Gretchen on May 15th and charged her with 1 count of second-degree murder in connection with her daughter's death.
Can you help me?
I'll have it there.
Have a good day. Can you help me? Can you help me? Yeah, I gotta wait till I'm here. Alright, thank you. Here, I only have $4. I'm gonna split it. I'm gonna give you 2. Why are you gonna give me? You said you needed some money. Why you sitting out here? It's cold. I think my ankle's broken. I just wanted help to sit up here. What's your ankle broke? Well, let me call the ambulance for you. I can't pick you up. You got to get a man to come and pick you up. I'm sorry. You don't have to be sorry, but you don't need to stay out here. It's cold. Why were you gonna give me your last $2? Yes, I don't want to see you like this. You trying to kill yourself or something? I'm trying to get my shoes because I still stepped on glass and I need to get to the bus back home. But you can't get the bus when you're walking in the bathroom like that. What's your name? My name's Lisa. I'm Zach. Nice to meet you. Could you just help me sit up here? Let me get somebody else. That's good. Thank you. Okay? Yeah, we'll be. I got something. Are you sure? That's yours. Why? You don't know me. I don't have to. That's from God. Please? Take this back, please. No, keep it as long. I have to. I'm good. I'll be fine. I can't take your jacket. Lisa, look at this. Try to find somebody kind to me. Lisa, you were gonna give me your $2 and a jacket. Why? Wait, what's that, Lisa? I was gonna help you. I know. Where did you get that money? Oh my God! What did you doing? Found somebody kind to me. It's $1,000.
A note to the woman who thinks it's too late.
I never imagined that the rest of the kitty would become a separate.
Tonight for dinner, all I have is 1 chicken breast and this can of chicken. So let's see what I can.
I got my daughter with some breakfast this morning, so let's do that together. I'm not really that hungry. I'm just gonna cook for a bit. I have to cut my potatoes up real small so they cook faster. Gonna put these in my preheated cast iron skillet. Now let's cut us up a little bit of onion for fried potatoes. I like to do them real small too. And we're gonna put these in with our potatoes. Our cast iron skillet. Got a little bit of Kinder's Blend left, and we'll put that in. Some Paul Rand's Cajun seasoning and a little bit of pepper, and then we'll mix that up. I have to put oil in here too before I put my potatoes and onions in. I think I need a little bit more oil. A little bit more, because I'm going to put some flour in here to crispy these up. So let's give us some flour for our potatoes. We don't need a whole lot, just a little bit of crispy them up good. And then let's mix that up too. And once those are cooked a little bit and get crispy, I'm going to put a lid up.
First thing we saw, we were killed 14, about $15,000. My father come to me one evening, and we have to have so many pounds of fish. We have a fish house a week, or we don't eat. That's just the way it was. Anyway, I left the dock. It was dark, and I was going to a place that we always fish, a place I knew. And when I got there, a boat came to me, and I slowed down and turned over, and he did too. And he asked me who I was, and I told him. He said, "Where's your dad?" I said, "I'm sick." He said, "Well, I need your boat. I kind of need a boat too to make a living. You come to me, you make a living. You don't understand. If I ain't got about one kind of fish in the fish house, and my dad's like, you come with me." He said, "And you'll have 400 pounds of fish at that dock." I said, "What do I got to do?" He said, "You got to do this here." How long is it going to take? He said, "Just a couple hours." I'm Southern. This is my elder. He is one of the dad's cousins. He handed me his hood, skin mask, and he told me, when you get here, he said, wait on a light to blink on the boat. He said, go to that boat. He said, put the hood on. He said, I don't care if you see somebody you know, or somebody you don't know, you
speak. He said, well, they'll get done. He said, they'll tell you what to do. And they did. And when we got done with the boat, they sent me in. They told me to go in the Chokoloskee Bay, be behind this island here. When I seen the light blink at the bridge, go to the Chokoloskee Bay. And I done it. When I got done, he told me to go off into the bay, bail water in the boat, and almost sink it, bail the water back, get the residue out. When I got done, I still didn't have fish. I didn't know when I fishing. I had 200 pounds of fish, so when I come in, I went to the fish house to weigh the fish out. And when I got here, I stepped off the boat and I walked up to the fish house guy. And I said, look, I said, I've got about 200 pounds of fish I need to weigh. He said, you want me to put it in with the 400 that you just brought in here? I said, he said, or do you want me to put these on tomorrow? I said, put them on tomorrow. About 3 days later, I come in the house and looked at him and said, son, Philip Collinsworth, which was the cousin, wants you to come to his house. So I go over to Philip's house and I knock on the door and I come walking in and he's sitting there and there's just bags all over the place and money. I walked in and I said, you want to see me? He said, yeah, I got this bag. And he says, here's your pay. Over to me. I said, yeah. He said, you get paid for that. And I said, how much? He said, 15,000. You're kidding.
About 6 or 7.
Let's make $1,000 dinner for me and a $15 dinner for my husband and kids. My stomach is paralyzed and I can't eat or drink. I'm fed and hydrated through a central line, which is basically a permanent IV in my chest. No, I wasn't born this way. I've had this condition for 3 years. I know there's not a cure. And those steps that you're seeing are optional. My central line ends right before my heart, so I can really easily get a life-threatening blood infection. My TPN, which is my food, nutrition, and calories, whatever you want to call it, runs for 12 hours a day. And then I also have to run IV fluids and D5, so I'm connected about 19 hours a day. My hands were too slippery from the hand sanitizers. Touched myself in the face. Oh my gosh. I'm so red. After I flush this line, we're gonna go ahead and make my family dinner. I'm making Italian breaded chicken, corn on the cob, and some dinner rolls. And if you're new here, no, I do not cook every day. I cook when I want to. It brings me a lot of normalcy. Also, my husband does have a job, so tonight, for instance, my girls have danced, and so by the time he gets home, he literally has to get home, change in his work clothes, and leave. They need to eat dinner because by the time they get home, it is nighttime, and my kids will not eat that late. I am not doing that to them. The smell of food does make me nauseous. That's one of the many side effects of my condition. I love to use these little nasal feelers. They look like little septum-ring, but they just smell like peppermint, so it helps like mask the smell of food for me. Anyways, let's get good.
One of the most disturbing cases that I've covered to date. It doesn't? No. Okay. The baby that she claimed was hers? No. Not only did that baby not belong to her, but that baby was also now dead. This one here? Taylor started doing CPR, but the baby wasn't showing any signs of life. For whatever reason, the trooper also was absolutely no help, despite being fully trained in first aid. But luckily, an off-duty nurse happened to walk by the scene, and they jumped right in.
Yeah, the baby's not breathing. You're trying to do CPR on the baby right now.
The officer asked her how old the baby was, and Taylor said it was only like maybe 35 minutes old. The baby's only like maybe 35 minutes old. She told him that she was at Walmart in New Boston when she felt pressure and then left and got in the car. She says that she felt that she had that urge to push, and then the baby came out while she was driving.
So you said she was on your way to Alabama to have the baby.
Taylor was adamant that she did not want an exam. The doctors finally convinced her that she needed to do one for her own safety. I mean, after all, giving birth is incredibly strenuous. It takes a tremendous toll on a woman's body. So, of course, they wanted to make sure that she was okay. But once Taylor finally got the exam results, they were able to blow this case wide open.
It still looks like she had a baby.
It doesn't?
No.
Okay.
Does not look like she had a baby there.
That was enough to make the detectives look at the entire situation differently.
Just gonna be upfront with you. I've been talking to the DA down in Ely County, and they've been working on a case there. And we know that you had a hysterectomy sometime back, and that you claimed to be pregnant for a while, but you really weren't. So we're trying to figure out where this baby came from. But you did give birth this morning.
What do you mean? I just told y'all what happened. I did not kill anybody. I didn't kill anybody.
One of the most disturbing cases that
Is it even possible to get paid sick? Do you know what Gwen Stefani's 3 sons are doing now? Her oldest son, Kingston James McGregor Rossdale, was born in 2006 and is now around 20. He grew up the most in the public eye, appearing at red carpets from a young age. Music clearly runs in his blood. He's been spotted performing at Blake Shelton's bar in Oklahoma. He's still figuring out his path, but the talent is there. Her middle son, Zuma Nesta Rock Rossdale, was born in 2008 and is now around 17. He's the most outgoing of the 3. In 2024, he performed at Blake's bar, showing off his musical chops. That same year, he stepped onto the stage at his dad Gavin's Bush concert. He's not choosing sides, he's soaking up both worlds and loving every second of it. Her youngest son, Apollo Bowie Flynn Rossdale, was born in 2014 and is now around 12. Gwen has been open about the fact that she never thought she'd have another baby. She was 43 when she found out she was pregnant and truly believed it wasn't possible anymore. Apollo proved her wrong. He's mostly kept out of the spotlight, but he was right there at Gwen's Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony in 2023, standing alongside his brothers for that proud family moment. All 3 boys carry their dad's last name, Rossdale. They grew up through a very public divorce, a new stepfather, and a mom who never stopped showing up for them. That's not nothing.
Imagine a disease that forces you to dance until you literally die of exhaustion. In 1518, a mysterious plague struck Strasbourg, France. It started with one woman, Frau Trophea, dancing fervently in the street. Within a month, over 400 people joined her, completely unable to stop. Doctors were baffled, and authorities even built a stage, thinking they just needed to dance it out. Dozens died from heart attacks and strokes. To this day, mass hysteria remains the top theory, but the true cause is still a historical mystery. Imagine
This is it. What? What hurt?
Mama Janisha has been 4 centimeters dilated for a week and a half, and she's determined to give birth to this baby ASAP. Now she's taking suggestions from TikTok. Someone suggested walking around in heels. Might as well give it a go. She started having contractions and went to the hospital, only to be sent home 6 centimeters dilated with no pain. How is this possible?
Hey, so look, I start by giving you guys a little insight on my birthing experience. This is Emanuel Hospital in Omaha, Nebraska. You cannot give birth outside of the hospital in Nebraska, so this birthing center really goes all out to give you that home birth feeling. After my midwife broke my water, and my sisters decided to do a little dance to wait for the contractions to start. They literally started mid-dance, wiping the snow right off my face. There's no beautiful mother arriving. I know so many people have weird feelings about their parents or other people being in the room with them, but me and my family are so close, and they really, really helped throughout this process and the birth of our first baby. You'll see throughout the video. Here's where I tried to labor in the water, but my midwife had me get out because it just made my body too relaxed and my contractions would slow all the way down. My doula helped me with some of the labor pain techniques here. I would catch a little break in between, and the contractions would kick right back up. The mask on my face is nitrous. All I have to say is, ladies, if you can get it, get it. It really helped with a lot of the pain. Here's my husband remembering how we got in this position in the first place. Birth is so amazing. You can literally be seeing the white light, and as soon as the baby comes out, you snap out of the trance like you see in my face right here.
The government will pay you up to $4,000.
Okay, it's just me. It's just me. All right, little one. You got pretty good. Hold on, just hold on. I know.
Okay. Okay. Just hold on. Hold on. Just give me a second. Okay? I'm not hurting her. I'm not. I promise. I'm trying not to. I know. Give me a minute. Just really on. Not doing that. You cut yourself open too. Oh well. I would have could.
What if I told you some animals literally never sleep? The African bullfrog can stay awake for months without shutting its eyes, not even once. Sharks have never slept a day in their lives. They must keep moving to breathe. Some jellyfish are so basic they have no brain and no need for sleep at all. The common fruit fly never truly rests, constantly moving and exploring its world without fatigue. Whales only sleep with half their brain at a time to keep hunting for food. Follow for more mind-blowing animal facts that will...
Today during the pawn shop, we're going to tear apart this boron sterling silver candlestick holder. Bought it at Goodwill for $1.99. See how well we did. Let's get started. Doesn't need to be pretty or nice or anything. You just start tearing one piece at a time. It's a little tedious to do at times, but usually worth it in the end. You have to be a little careful. The edges are sharp. I've got a few scars from it. Had a few stitches from it. I heard that sometimes the stuff that comes out here isn't super healthy for you, so you want to be kind of careful and make sure you're not breathing too much of it or using it in a ventilated space, maybe. There you go. It's always nice when it comes apart itself. Makes it easy on you. That piece in there is not going to be silver, but we'll tear off everything around it. There we go. Got 23.4 ounces. Sorry, grams of silver. Today that's about $3 a gram. $70. Not too bad for $1.99 from Goodwill.
In the kitchen, do you want anything?
Today,
Sure, I'll
at the
take
pawn
a
shop, we're going to tear
popsicle.
apart this boron sterling silver candlestick holder. Bought it at Goodwill for $1.99. See how well we did.
Oh, this game's pretty cool. A little difficult to get the hang of the controls, but it's pretty neat.
$1.99.
What if my therapist is not a vibe, man? Oh, no, I'll get you one. Go therapy.
All right, Grandpa, look what I picked up. What we got to do with them?
I do like
No,
it so
good.
far.
Let's do it. Hey, pal.